After sunset, Marco Mera. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, you're doing great. I'm doing excellent. Today I'm going to talk about my synthesizer and basics waveform. This video going to be in two parts. Part one, how my synthesizer work. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you my synthesizer. And part two, the basics of waveform. I'm going to show you different waveform on my synthesizer. I see you in a bit. Here we go. Part one, my synthesizer. I'm going to show you how it works, and I'm going to show you different parts of the synthesizer. Here we go. The different part of my synthesizer, you have two oscillators, you have the mixing part, the mix for oscillator 1, the mix for oscillator 2, you have the filter, you have the part for filter, sorry, let me get a pen. This is the part for the filter envelope, and this is the part for the this is the filter envelope, and this is the amplitude envelope, and this is the modulation LFO part. Let's go to the oscillators part. You have two oscillators, oscillator number one and oscillator number 2. This oscillator number 1 could make 4 waveform: triangle, square, sawtooth, and pulse wave. And this one could create noise, sawtooth, and square waveform. The mixing part, you could mix oscillator number 1 and oscillator number 2 right there with these two knobs. You could use the filter, the cutoff filter, to increase the frequency or decrease the frequency, and you could use the resonance to boost the frequency. Filter, the envelope filter, to shape the filter. Attack, decay, release, and sustain. The amplitude, same thing. Attack, decay, release, to shape how the note going to how the note are going to sound, and that makes sense. And this is the modulation part, the LFO part. Obviously, you have different part too. You have delay, reverb, chorus, but I don't really use that. I only use oscillator number 1, oscillator number 2, the mixing part, and the filter part. The filter envelope and the amplitude filter. Alright, now part 2. We're going to listen the different sound of waveform. Waveform number 1, triangle. I forgot to say, this oscillator don't have a sine waveform, but we're going to listen the sine waveform. We're going to listen a sine waveform after that. So yeah, I got to go to mixer number 2. This is my triangle waveform. sawtooth, as you can see. I went to square, sorry. Saw. Now we're going to listen square. Square wave. Now pulse wave. Now I want you to listen the noise. Let me go to mix. With this waveform, with basics of waveform, you could create anything you want to create. Now, you know what I want to do? That wasn't something I wanted to show you, but I'm going to show you. We're going to make a sound from scratch. I want to make an 808. Before I got to show you. We have to listen a sine wave. 2 seconds. This is a sine wave. You could go there. This is a sine wave, as you could see right there. Sine. Right now, let me go back to Tubesynth. We're going to make an 808 from scratch. A quick 808. It's just to show you. To create a sound, to make a sound, my methodology is waveform, filter, envelope, effects. To make that 808, we're going to use a triangle wave. Triangle wave. Now we go into the filter. Close the filter because we want the low frequency of the 808. Now we go into the envelope. We don't touch the filter envelope. We leave it just like that. Close it. Now we're going to play with the amplitude. The envelope. Amplitude envelope. Attack 0. Decay. Sorry. Attack 0. Decay all the way up. Sustain 0. Release, I would say 50%. Now you have your 808. No LFO, no effects, no nothing. You could use, you know what you could use to increase the frequency? You could use a EQ. Let me go a parametric EQ. Let me do the filter. This is your 808 from scratch. Remember, quick review, I use a waveform, I use the cutoff filter, 50%, no, how many percent? Yeah, 50%. No resonance. The filter envelope, although it close, and I play with the filter amplitude. Attack, decay, release, attack 0, decay 100%, release 0, sustain, how many percent? Millisecond, but let's say for 50%. And that's it. This is your 808. Alright, thank you so much for your attention. That was my synth and basics waveform, and I made a quick 808 from scratch. Thank you so much. That was a pleasure, and I see you soon.